morning, students. Today we are going to learn Python programming language, chapter 1, the revision. Okay, see, we already know that Python programming language was developed by Guido van Rossum in February 1991. It is based on or influenced by two programming languages, that is, first one is ABC language and second one is Modula 3. Python is an easy to learn yet powerful object-oriented programming language. It is very high-level programming language and was named after famous BBC comedy show, namely Monty Python's Flying Circus. It is an interpreted language. Okay. Object-oriented, first the word here it is written object-oriented programming language. Object-oriented programming language means there are two types of programming language. First is known as procedural programming language, where each and every function or each and every detail are divided in different parts and functions. Okay, and further then each and every functions are called in main function. Say for example, C++ was procedural programming as well as object-oriented programming language, but major part was procedural programming. Here Python is object-oriented programming language. Here we have to concentrate on objects. Objects means data, the variables, the numbers, the sentences, the strings or the data. Okay, list, dictionary, these are objects, and each and objects are associated by different types of functions, different types of things, different types of commands or actions, which is already written, just we have to call using the dot operator. Later we will learn. Okay, this is purely object-oriented programming language. Now it is also high-level programming language. High-level programming, actually there are three types of programming language, again depending on the level of the programming language. First one is low-level programming language. Low-level programming language is totally based on binary language, that is 0 and 1. Each and every commands is given in 0 and 1 form. Okay, and second one is assembly level programming language. Assembly level programming language is a coded language, okay, which for each and every work or for each and every instruction to give the computer, we have to write some codes. Those earlier level programming languages was difficult, and this one, the Python language, is high level programming languages. Its structure is just like English words or English sentences, so it is easier than other level programming languages. Okay, it is also an interpreted programming language. Interpreted programming language is slower in execution, but the benefit is that it does not give lots of errors while writing programs, and it will help us in doing or writing or learning this language with a very good manner or very whatever you so अच्छे से हम लोग पढ़ सकते हैं, ठीक लगेगा पढ़ने में, we will find it better. Okay, and interpreted language, actually what are other types of language? Interpreted means there are two types of processors. Actually these processors convert the English like words or the commands in machine language. As we know that computer cannot understand English or any other languages except the machine language, that is binary language, that is 0 or 1. Okay, the program we write in Python language is English like words or the commands. These commands are need to be converted in binary language or machine language. So we need some language processors, language translators. There are two types of translators. First one is interpreter and second one is compiler. Interpreter is a slow process language because it reads line by line and checks each line for errors. If it is error free, then it executes that line and proceed to the next line, and this way the program is executed. If any error is found, it stops that place and shows the error. After correcting the error for that line, then we will again run the program and then execution goes on like this. And in case of compiler, the whole program is checked at once and each and every errors are shown. A page of errors or hundreds of errors will be shown at the same time, and each and every error is to be rectified, then only the program is executed after in compiler. But interpreter, each line is checked and if it is correct, then it is executed. Only interpreter stops only that place where there is an error in any line. After correcting, it will execute normally. Now, so many advantages in Python languages. First, you see that it is interpreted language, it is a high level language, it is object oriented programming. Addition to this, there are so many other advantages also. See, it is easy to use. Why it is easy to use? Because it is object oriented language, very simple syntax rules. Okay, very simple syntax rules. Just we have to write the commands like print 44 plus 3, print this one, this, like this you have give. Now next is expressive language. Because it is expressive language, because it is more capable to express the code's purpose than many other languages. Okay. Interpreted language, we already know that what is interpreted language. It is complete in every functionality, every requirements, it is complete, and so many modules are available in Python standard library also. It is also cross-platform language. Cross-platform means it can run on various operating system and various different types of machines, mainframe computers, supercomputers. It will work with every type of computers, even microcomputers, which we are having microcomputers. It is free and open source. Free means it is freely downloadable, and open source means it can be modified for further versions. Okay, and it can extend the software. This programming language has variety of uses and applications. These days Python is being used in many diverse fields such as scripting, web application, game development, system administration, GUI programming, database application, and others. Okay, so many benefits are there. At one part there are so many benefits, but some lacuna is also there in Python languages, and those disadvantages are: it is not the fastest language because it is interpreted language. It is easier to use, but it is slower. Okay, due to interpreted language, because it runs one line at a time and then goes to next line and like this, so on. It has lesser libraries than C, C++, as it is said that it is a complete language. But as we compare with other languages like C, C++, Java or Perl or some other languages, it has less number of libraries. But we can, if we have the capacity, if we know this language very well, then we can develop more and more libraries for our softwares also. It is possible. Okay. It is not strong on type binding. Type binding means in other languages what happened, if we take a variable to store a number, then that variable will be available to store numbers only throughout the whole program. But in case of Python language, if we store number in a variable, that variable, if not required later, not required later, then we can use the same variable for storing other types of data. Say for example, date type of data, string type of data, or boolean type of data. We can use same variable for other purposes also. Okay. It is not easily convertible. Convertible means if once it is developed in a language, then it is difficult to convert some in other languages, because it has lack of syntax, it is lack of type binding. So there is some problems in converting one program from Python program to other languages program. Now again, here interpreter and compiler, just we are reading here. What is interpreter? Interpreter, it converts a high-level program language into machine language by converting and executing it line by line. If there is any error in a line, it reports it at the same time, and program execution cannot resume until the error is rectified. Interpreter is very much useful in debugging, as it reports the errors at the same time. It must be present in memory every time the program is executed. Here see, so many differences we will find later between compiler and interpreter. Okay, in Python is interpreted language. That is all the commands are interpreted and executed one by one. Now come to compiler. Compiler, what is compiler? It can also converts is purpose is same. Okay, both having the same purpose, that it converts high-level language program into machine language, okay, and executes the program. Now what is the difference here between compiler and interpreter? Compiler converts entire program in one go. It reports all the errors of the program along with the line numbers at one time. Only after all the errors are removed or corrected, then only the program is recompiled, and after that the program is executed. And then compiler is not needed in the memory, as the object program is available, as the executable program is available. Okay. Therefore memory is not required in one go. Okay. No errors is found if once the program is executed. That's why it is called faster language processor. Okay. Now come to working with Python. There are two modes to work in Python language. First is known as interactive mode. It is also known as immediate mode. And second one is script mode. Interactive mode means what? We have to type the command, one command at a time, and it gets executed then and there and gives the output. Say for example, if we give this command, and the result will come at the same time. On the other hand, it is benefit. Interactive mode is very useful for testing code. Suppose some small codes we want to check that it will work or not, then this interactive mode is required. Interactive mode is very useful there, because it will show you the result then and there. On the other hand, in script mode, Python instructions, the whole commands are stored in a file with the extension having .py extension and are executed together in one go as a unit. These saved instructions are known as Python script or Python program. Okay, for example, here we have written some codes for the execution. Now we are going to show you how these two modes are working in computers. Now we are going to show you how we have to write programs in Python ideally. Okay, Python software. See, we have started the version Spider. Okay, Spider. It comes with Anaconda distribution, and this is the Spider. And Python version we are using here 3.6 version. Okay, as we have to learn Python 3 version. There are two types of versions of Python, Python 2 and Python 3. We have to learn Python 3 version, and Python 3 versions comes in various updates. Python 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, 3.8 like this, and the latest version is 3.8.2 until now. But we are using 3.6. Okay, the above 3.5 we can use. That will be good. It comes with all the updates we need for our class 12 syllabus. Now see here, this area here, this area is to write program, Python program, and it is known as script mode. To use interactive mode, we have to write commands in IPython console here. Okay, say for example, here we write print command, print 4 plus 4, and when we press enter key, it will show the result then and there. See what happened here, it shows the result 8 then and there. Again the prompt will come. This is known as console prompt. Okay, Python prompt or interactive mode prompt. Now we are going to write a program here. See how we have to write programs in script mode. First let's see, I am writing some comments. This is our first program in Python. Okay, we are writing here print welcome to the world of Python. Okay, programming. When we press enter key, it will not show the result at the same time, but it comes to the next line. Next line we have to write again some commands. You will find it very easy. And again third one command is thank you. Okay, now script mode program writing is complete. Now to execute this program, we have to press this green button, that is run file button, or simply we can press F5 from the keyboard, function key F5 from the keyboard to execute the program. Okay, now we are going to press the run file. What happens? First it is asking to save the file. I am saving the file with any name. So now it is going to execute. The output will be shown here in the IPython console, and the output is here, welcome. Whatever we have given here, all 4 lines, the first line is a comment and it will be ignored by the Python program, and the next 3 lines is the print command and it will display the message whatever we given in the brackets. Now see here, welcome to the world of Python programming, you will find it very easy, thank you. Now it's okay, thank you for now.